Welcome back, it is your boy Joker. We here again with another zzzero video. Now look, man, I appreciate everything you guys have been doing. We have hit the 200 plus mark. I love you guys. You guys are helping make the dream come true, and I again appreciate everything you guys do. Now your boy has been taking a small break, you know what I mean? We just finished the 100-day challenge about a week or so ago, so you know we've been pumping the videos out but taking a little bit of a break. Now pretty much since, I guess you could say, the break is gone, kind of will be looking forward for more videos coming back to back to back to back. You already know how that is, man. We're gonna be knocking some of these videos back out. You know, I take my little break, but I can't stay out too long. You know what I mean? I gotta be able to come back to you guys eventually. I miss you guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are helping your boy get to where we need to be. Again, there were big things that were happening with Hoyoverse. I can't say too much about what that's been happening, but your boy has finished the project with him, or at least the first one, you know what I mean? So that is good. Now I have a little bit more free time to be able to, you know, recreate videos like this. Now this is going to be like a little miniature series that I am doing, right, where you guys actually blew up the first one. I did see, you know, some comments, and I'm trying to take into account a little bit of it. Hop into the comments again if there's something that you think I can do better with some of these, because I have a lot of friends that don't really play the game, so I do want to have kind of like different opinions and make it like a little mini series. You know what I'm saying? I do kind of want to do that, because I'm interested to see what they got to say, and I know you guys are interested to see what they got to say. So, you know, of course, go ahead and hop in there and let me know exactly what else to do. You know, I had some really good suggestions and stuff like that for the last one, so I appreciate that. Keep it coming, keep them coming. We love constructive criticism here. But anyways, y'all already know what time it is. We're gonna go ahead and hop over here, and we are going to talk to the boy Kenny. Now Kenny has not even really seen any zzzero anything, so this is going to be totally new stuff for him. Like I said, I try to make sure that I get people that have no idea what they're looking at, that way they give unbiased answers. You know what I mean? That's the whole purpose of it. So Kenny, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start. Are you ready?
All right, let's get it going.
Okay, boom. So the first person we have here is Soldier11. Now, to again correct me if I am wrong, people in the comments, because I do know some stuff, but I don't know everything. So I'm gonna try to give, you know what I mean, I'm trying to give a slight little something here and there. But Soldier11, so she is somebody who I think is, when that other character comes up, I'll let you know, but I think that she is related to this other character. Maybe they are sisters or something. She is one of the most mysterious characters in the game. She works for kind of like the government, but like a task force, right? She's from a tag force. Now she has this sword that you see right here on her hands, that she's a fire element character. Ooh, almost knocked this stuff off my head. She's a fire element character, so she shares a sword with that other character. I will be letting you know about that. But she is very cool, she's very nice, and you know, I mean, she's very mysterious. There's nothing really known about her past. So what are you thinking here? What is your rating, your letter rating, I guess you could say?
With this one right here, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go with a solid. I'm gonna go with a solid A on this one.
Okay.
I like the task force thing we got going on with the backpack. I'm a big proponent of swords. Favorite element is fire.
Oh, okay.
And
didn't know that.
The white hair characters, you know, I feel like they're really hard to like pull off and make look great. So her character design looks really great with the white hair, so I'm definitely gonna go with an A on this one.
Okay, A for Soldier11. That's, I don't want to say that's surprising, but I did not know that your favorite element was fire. Okay, cool. So next person, Caesar King. Now she is the leader of a biker gang. I also meant to say this, I guess you could say, I'll say it right now, but each character is from a faction. There are some characters that are in the faction by themselves right now, because there's more characters that need to come out, and there are some characters that are in factions with others. If you see right here where the mouse is, this will show the logo of where they are from. She is from the Sons of Caledon, and she is the leader of it. She is pretty much the head of the biker gang. Her name is Caesar King. She is a really tall lady. She uses a shield and sword. She does not have an element. Her element is physical, and she is a defense support character. So what are you thinking of Caesar King?
I'm gonna go with B.
Okay.
I mean, she's pretty cool looking, not gonna lie. I think so. I just think it's something missing there. I don't know what it is, but it's something kind of missing. I'm not not gonna lie, I like the detail that they put in the shield. To be totally honest with you, I think that's pretty cool how they got like her faction and stuff in the shield, digging the chain that says King. You know, of course, you know, rep who you are, be who you are, and the little hair piece. You know, that's pretty cool too, or whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna go with a B on this one.
Okay, B. That's a good one. Now, the next person is the newest character, Bernice White. She is also a part of the Sons of Caledon. She is the mixologist, so she's the one that's behind the bar mixing up that drink. That's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? She's very extroverted. She's very cool. She is a fire character, and she holds dual flamethrowers on her back. So she uses 2 flamethrowers as her weapon. What do you think on this one?
Pretty cool design. Flamethrowers fire element. I think that really adds on to who she is as a character. It kind of stays true to the character. Love the red and black. You know, but that's I mean, what better way to express that fire element? So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this one an A. I think it's pretty cool looking one. So I'm gonna go with an A on this one. Yeah, she gets an A. She gets an A.
So the fire characters are looking like they might be getting some high rankings. That's cool. And I did somewhat forget to mention, as you can see in her hair, she gets the fire kind of like hair piece right there. She cool people. All right,
yeah.
So we're gonna go over here. This is introducing a new faction called Belobog Heavy Industries. These guys are pretty much just heavy machinery. They're construction workers, and she is a tech. She does like tech stuff for the machines, helps build them and all of that. She has a staple gun as her main weapon, and then she has like little electro, I don't know if you want to call those EMP grenades. Like, I'm not too sure exactly what you want to call those, but, and then a gear tattoo on her shoulder. But this is Grace. So what are we thinking on Grace here?
Actually, Grace is pretty cool looking. Definitely feeling like the black navy blue look we got going on. The staple gun kind of says a lot about, you know, who she is as a character, you know, especially with them being in tech with the gear tattoo. So I think with Grace, I'm probably gonna go with, I guess I can go probably a solid A on this one. A minus, but still A, you know, A minus, you know.
We having some pretty good A's here. That'll work. This is I'll tell you who like one of my favorite characters are once we get there. This is one of my favorite characters. Mainly because she's Electro. She's an Electro character, and you know me in Electro, so gotta do that. Okay, bet. So the next one, Juan. Now she is the captain of the police force. This one is the Criminal Investigation Special Response Team. They're pretty much just the police. PubSec is like the nickname, and then PubSec obviously stands for public security. So her weapon is just pretty much a gun that has switch attachments. As you can see, like, she goes from like a pistol to this thing right here, and well, I mean, she's with the works, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Pretty cool. And well, she's the captain of the police force. So what are you thinking on her?
You know what, I noticed that to sound kind of funny, but she's kind of plain looking to me, honestly. I know that sounds really weird. It's kind of plain. You know, she looks like, I guess you could say, you know, most police officers kind of are gonna look the same, in most cases or whatnot. And I think they kind of missed the mark a little bit just to give it like that unique look, like everybody, like the past characters that we looked at. So I probably just have to see this character really like move in action, but because of you know it being plain to me, I think I'm gonna have to give this one a C, man. I don't know.
Okay. Hey, that's fine. Look, that's the whole point of it. We're gonna have some reaction. We want the bare and rare reactions. Now, we did definitely hurt some people's feelings with that one, but that's okay. They'll get over it. They already know what time it is. Not everybody's gonna get an A here. We're not those type of people, but ooh.
So they might think I'm a bad. They might think I'm a bad guy for calling the police officer a C.
Hey, it is what it is. And her element is ether, which is like a darkness element, which is kind of cool. But, I mean, you know. But the next character is also a member of the police. Pretty much, she's a part of the 5-0, and her name is Shingi. She is an electro character that uses pretty much an electro staff. She is a robot or an android, I guess you could say. Now, from what some of the comments were saying, I know that she is definitely old. I don't know how old technically she is, but it can be old, like maybe, definitely like, I want to say like 100-ish. Like she's a robot. You can see like by looking at her legs, how she has a little, what do you call it there? The little like, you know, just
attachments basically, like where they
so,
put it together and stuff like that.
She is a very old character, but she's been around the community a lot. A lot of the older people that are there, they were little kids when she was still the same. Like, you know, they all love her. Obviously, she's a part of the police, so she helps and, you know, stuff like that. A genuinely cool character. She just wants to drink tea and be short and old. What are you thinking on this one?
You know what? I feel like they missed the mark again with the police thing, man. Now, to me, that this is gonna sound funny again, but to me, she's a little bit too exposed to be a police officer.
Okay,
you know,
that's fair. That's fair.
You know, I guess it's because, you know, in society, I think we try to like kind of make everything a little, no offense, a little sexy or whatnot, and I think they just kind of really overdid it. I'm not gonna lie, I like her little staff thingy that she has going on. I'm pretty sure that's the staff.
Yeah, it's the electro staff.
Yeah, the electro staff. So I'm feeling that. Like the staff kind of got me in, but like the outfit itself, you know, it kind of
doing it.
Really, yeah, it's really lacking. So we actually gonna go B- on this one.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Tough crowd for the police officers. That's all right. Okay, so this is going to be taking a break from. There are more police officers, but this is going to be another character. Now, her name is Anby Demara. She is essentially the poster girl of the game. Like when the application for the game has her face on it, all the type of stuff. She is an electro character. Now you remember how I said this character right here, Soldier 11, I believe, now it's not confirmed, but I believe that she is related / sisters with somebody. It would be this girl right here. They both have the same exact, I guess you could say, type of sword. It's just that Anby's is an electro sword and Soldier 11's is a fire one. The reason why I say that they might be related is because her background, just like Soldier 11, is also unknown. We don't know anything. She doesn't even remember her background. But anytime, there was a time where Soldier 11 was in like trouble in one of her missions, and she immediately thought of Anby. So I'm thinking like maybe that might be her younger sister. I'm not too sure. They get the same color hair, same color eyes. And both of their backgrounds are a little bit mysterious. Now, Anby has a little bit more personality because she's in a group called the Gentle House, aka Cunning Hairs. Now this is just like an odd jobs team. They go around and they do random jobs for money, if that makes sense. And it could be like, sometimes it is illegal jobs, you know what I mean, but these are the first people you meet. They're extremely cool. They like live around the corner from you. They nice people. But what are you thinking about Miss Anby here?
With Miss Anby, I think she's staying true to character. Definitely love the sword. I'm a big sword guy, so she kind of got me on that one. Green is my favorite color. And like I said, you know, it's pretty tough to pull off the white hair character. But I don't know what it is. I can't really say too much, but this is another one. I feel like something is really just not all the way there, but it's there, but not all the way there. So I think we're gonna have to go solid B+ on this one. Can't give it an A. I can give it a solid B+. But love the green.
Okay, so I think that might be. I think I asked in my last video that I did with this Yeshua. I think Yeshua liked Soldier 11 more too. He gave Soldier 11 an S, I believe. I believe he gave her an S. That's like the highest rating. Okay, Anby. So that's good. Let's see what we have next. So we have Koleda, another fire character. As you can tell just by pretty much looking at her. Now, she is actually the leader of the construction, the Belobog Heavy Industries construction team. Like I said, she's a part of it as a tech. Her dad was, I guess you could say, like the head of the company, and her dad passed away. So due to obviously bloodlines and stuff like that, she is next in charge. Now obviously she's still young, so she does have, like, you know, people there to help her and try to, what do you call it, but she's taking on that role at a young age. She still has the sports, the coveralls, all that type of stuff, but as you can see from her hair and then like even her shirt and her like armband and all that stuff, she is definitely a fire user. She has a big hammer and a big wrench. Like, that is her two weapons. So what are we thinking here on Koleda?
You know what? With Pokemon being one of my favorite animes, I'm feeling the gym leader look. You know, she looked like a gym leader. So, and I'm loving that. You know, fire element, and I mean, it just showed like you wouldn't even have to tell me that this one was a fire element character. I just knew from looking at her.
Exactly.
So when you give off that type of aesthetic, you know, I mean, it's all around. I feel like this character is pretty much all around great character. You know, the outfit, you know, it gives sass, it gives attitude. The hair gives fire. Her hair looks like she had a little flame in the middle. So you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this. This one gonna get an S for me. I'm gonna go ahead and throw an S out there.
2 videos in a row. Well, I've only done 2. This is the second one. But you and Yeshua both gave her an S for the same exact reason. It is somewhat hard, I think, to like know which characters or which element. Obviously it says it on the screen, but like if it did it, but her, there's no way she wasn't fire. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way.
Like you know this is fire. You can't tell me. Like you walk outside, you be like, oh yeah, that's fire.
Oh yeah. I like that. I think that Yeshua also made the comparison for gym leader. Okay, that'll work. I like that one. Okay, next one. So this is going to be introducing a new faction. This is the Victoria Housekeeping. So Victoria Housekeeping is pretty much a maid cafe on the outside, but they do like odd jobs on the inside for high profile people. Like they can do jobs like, you know, retrieving certain objects and bringing them back, fighting people. They're pretty much combat ready. Like they're the maid people on the outside, but like behind the scenes they're on some like, you know, some Watchmen stuff or Kingsman stuff. You know what I'm saying? They go handle some business and, you know, you better keep quiet about it type stuff. Ellen Joe. So Ellen is in this world. I forgot to say this. I'm sorry, but in this world, this is a post-apocalyptic world, I believe, where Thyrans. You know what a Thyran is, right?
No, I do not actually.
Okay, so it's kind of like an animal-human hybrid. Like some of those exist with humans. So she's not going to be the only one that you see, but she is pretty much kind of like a shark/human, if that makes sense. So she has like a big tail back there that that's actually hers. Like that's not like a part of a costume or something. So she is actually like part shark. Ellen is a high school student that, I mean, pretty much acts like your normal high school student, more like a senior. She's asleep probably more than half of the time. She just wants to hurry up and get out of school. You know how seniors act. You know how the teenage girls act. That's pretty much Ellen in a nutshell. Really cool though, and she has these big kind of like shark scissors. I don't think that she's gonna like move them, but it's like these big shark scissors that look really nice, and she's an ice element character. So what are your thoughts on this one?
You know what? With her being a Thyran, I think that's pretty cool. I love the way like the shark tail actually floats like while she's just standing there like idle. So the shark tail is pretty cool. Digging the black and red, and if you go back to that face shot, I'm pretty sure people caught on to it, but maybe somebody didn't. If you check out her necklace and the headband, you can actually tell that that's a shark mouth.
Yeah,
so I thought that's pretty cool. I got the attention to detail on this one is pretty solid. So I'm gonna give this one a strong A plus.
Okay.
Strong A. I like it. And you know, cause I gotta say, like the little short haircut, you know, like you said, her being a high school student, you know, girls go through that phase where like, you know what, I'm just chopping my hair one day. So definitely digging that with the red trim. So yep, solid A.
Okay, she's cool. Okay, she usually gets a high rating, I assume, from some people. And you know, it's cool. You'll see a little bit more when you see the other maids, but like all the maid outfits, they're the same, but they all have their own twist to it, I guess you can say, which is really cool. So we're gonna come to the next one, and well, speaking of that, here goes the next maid. Now this is the head maid, so she is, you know, the main girl. Her name is Alexandrina Sebastian. That is an interesting name. I feel like that sounds kind of European. I don't know if that is or not. I'm not too sure. She is essentially kind of like a ghostly character. She's not a ghost, but like that's kind of like how she acts, like the droopy eyes, the kind of like the hair, and then these are her they're called Bang Boo. These are what she fights with. She's an electro character. So she kind of like floats around and then they follow her around and she kind of like uses them. She like puppeteers them, if that makes sense. She's a very like kind of like, so if something were to go bad, like, you know how I told you that they're doing missions that are also for high profile people where they might have to like, you know, do some under the table, kick some behind type deal stuff, right? So pretty much if there's somebody that needs to be tortured for information, they send them to her, if that makes sense.
Okay. Her background is pretty cool with her being a support. The way she works, I like the hair color, like you said, with it giving off like ghost ghoul type deal.
Yeah.
But to be totally honest, she looks very boring. She's a very boring looking character, honestly. Okay. I think she's cool though, but just kind of boring. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get this one a C also. Yeah.
A C? Okay. So, what do you think? Knowing that she is a ghoul, or not a ghoul, I keep saying that, but like that's her personality. That's what I mean. What do you think they could have done, or what do you think would give off a little bit more? Because that's a whole different. Like these two are from the same exact made faction, but as you can see, like she probably has more accessories to like kind of show off that she is actually a shark. Yeah, but like, this one, you know, it's very simple. You know,
simple, yeah. Like, you know, because I feel like she has a really cool power. Like the way she supports is pretty cool for her to like look that plain. I guess that's supposed to be like the mystery behind it. You know, like, you know, things like that are kind of mysterious. But I just feel like, you know, if we could have did something that, you know, gives more to what she do and like be able to like express her power more in her outfit per se, I think we'd be a little bit better off. Like the last one, you know, she was able to be her outfit is very expressive of who she is, you know, being half shark. But I don't find this one very like expressive, you know. It seems very, you know, very plain.
Okay, I got you. So that's what we have for that one. We are going to go to the next one, and this is not the final. There is one more person here, but she is also a part of the police team. She is in part of Criminal Investigation Special Response Team, so that is the police. But she is an undercover agent. So I'm sure you already know the phrase John Doe. Since she's a female, her name is Jane Doe. She doesn't have a name. You know what I mean? She's mysterious. She's somebody that infiltrates the gangs and, you know, does stuff on that. She's the one that's undercover in the field. So she obviously doesn't have your normal police stuff on, and she goes around and, you know, she's a real tricky person. She is also a Thyran, and she's part rat, which is, you know, I guess you could say attests to her character, because, you know, she to the gangs and stuff, she is a rat, because she's going in there and getting information and then pretty much selling the gang out. But I mean, she's a officer, so that's her job. What do you think?
Can she disappear?
No, but she's a speed character, so she has like flash step abilities, if that makes sense.
Okay, well that makes definitely a lot of sense.
She's very fast.
Okay, very fast. Okay, well, you know what? She probably gonna get one of the best grades from the police force. Due to the fact I'm looking at her, I see that she's very physical. You know, being as fast as she is. One of my favorite X-Men characters is Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
And she's giving Nightcrawler vibes. So, and you know, with her being like an undercover police, like, it gives undercover. Like, you wouldn't just look at her and be like, oh, she's a police officer or whatnot. You know, so I definitely like the way they implemented that. So I I can give this one a solid B plus.
Okay.
Solid
B plus. Okay. I had a feeling that this would probably be the highest rated one for the police officers, at least. I had a feeling. And she obviously is physical. She's just hands.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So we're back to the Cunning Hares Gentle House. This is the group that I was telling you about that does like odd jobs and, you know, does some stuff for money here and there. Nicole is the leader of this. She is somebody that really likes to, you know, make money, I guess you can say. That's the whole purpose of it. So Anby right here, the reason why her last name says Demara is because when she got knocked out of a thing called what is it? I forgot the name. But pretty much when she was found by her, and since she took her in, she just took her last name because she didn't know what her name was. Remember, she doesn't know her background or any of that type of stuff. So Nicole, very cool person. She is somebody that is going to get that money though, 100%. Like that is her, pretty much her whole stick. Her weapon is a suitcase that shoots out ether, which is like the kind of like the darkness thing. She's a support character, and it's kind of like a Gravity-esque character. Like she shoots it out and it pulls all the enemies together, I guess you can say.
You know what? I see what they were doing because it is supposed to be cunning, so I can see them going for that cutesy look or whatnot, to be very, very deceiving, you know, with the, you know, the eyes and stuff like that, like the, I guess you would call it the sexy gaze or whatnot, which is pretty cool. But once again, you know, her being a support character, so really don't expect much, but something there's just not lacking. Like I can see where you could say, you know, she gets money. I mean, we could look at her and see she's very, you know, look like she's one of those people, but unfortunately,
her what do you call that weapon's a safe too, by the way, if you see that right there.
Oh, okay, gotta check that. Okay, oh wow, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go with like I said, because she looks like aesthetically cunning. I think I'm gonna have to go with a B on this one. Like I said, I think it's some more things that we probably could have did there, you know, but you know, I felt like they felt like this was the best look, you know. Like I said, it's a pretty cool look, you know, but yeah, just wasn't there. So I'm gonna go B on this one.
Okay, cool. So far we have one S, which would be obviously Koleda, you know, just keeping that in there. I think that's 2 videos that she's had S's though, which is for good reason, because well, they did a damn good job on, you know, character designer, especially for what she's for. Okay, so Piper is a part of the biker gang. So she is, believe it or not, pretty much like very old. She's just short. Piper's age isn't necessarily known. Not many people's age in here is too known. They don't really say it. They only say, I'll tell you the character, but she's like 16 or something like that. But Piper is probably in her 40s to 50s maybe. She is, again, this is like a post-apocalyptic world, so like a lot of things are new now, you know what I mean? You have sirens walking around, you have like a lot of stuff, you have robots, and you have a bunch of stuff. You could tell, just I guess you could say, by Piper's hair, it's kind of like an older school look. She's always kind of sleepy, and she's actually she got like a CDL license. She drives a gigantic like 18-wheeler truck. Her weapon is a big kind of like axe that's right here, and she pretty much just spins around and hits a bunch of people with it. Most of the time she's asleep, so that I guess you could say shows the bags underneath her eyes, and she's always talking. She kind of has like language, kind of like the women in the the early 1900s, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's kind of like how she talks, if that makes sense. She'll be like, "Oh, little old me this, and you youngins this." That's how she speaks.
Okay. Feeling the character design, I think it's pretty cool. Definitely gives off biker vibes. I like the hairstyle. Hairstyle really goes with, you know, how old she is and, you know, what her job is, because it's always the ones that look very unsuspecting that pretty much do most of the work or whatnot, and to carry that big axe for such a little bitty person. I think that that's also pretty cool. Digging the gloves. The gloves are nice touch. Um, so I think with Piper, you know what? I can give Piper. I'll say I give her an A. I think I can give her an A. Yeah, I think she gets an A.
That's pretty good. That's almost all of the biker gang people are almost getting A's. Okay, let me find out that's your favorite faction. Hold on.
They did a good job.
So here, Corin, this is the person I was telling you about. She is actually 16. So obviously, throughout high school, she's also a part of the maid faction. Now, she is somebody that, as you can tell just by looking at her, she's a little bit more like introverted and timid, which is kind of like the direct opposite of what certain maids are. Obviously, you know, the maids are supposed to be more extroverted and talk to people, stuff like that. Corin's a little bit of the opposite. Technically, Ellen is too, but Ellen's more of a I don't feel like it, I want to go to sleep type person, because, you know, she's a teenager and she's just kind of shy. Now, her theme is kind of giving off some Frankenstein vibes, I guess you could say, with a little bear with the heart in it and like the little screws. And if you see her face, she looks like she's like, you know, very pale, and you know what I mean? That's kind of, now she's not a Thyran of any sort that I know of, obviously. She's just a human, but that's kind of her theme, is the, what do you call it? And her weapon is this big kind of like saw blade right here. It's kind of like a chainsaw, if that makes sense. And she's a physical character. She does not have an element.
I like the Frankenstein aesthetic. I think that's pretty cool. The teddy bear is definitely pretty cool with the screws, the headset and the hair pieces and stuff like that. The wrist locks and the chain that goes around. I think this was a very cool looking character. You know, especially with the little zipper we're looking at right now, is pretty cool. So I think with this one, I can go ahead. I can give this one a B. I think I'll probably go B on this one.
Okay. And now that you say it, I am looking at it. That is kind of random, because it's like, you have Ellen's maid outfit. It's like, you know, there's like ragged edges and rips on it because she's a shark, and then like the teeth. Then you have her with the Corin with like kind of like the Frankenstein vibe. She got screws and stuff in it. And then it kind of just gave like, you know what I mean?
Like it just look plain, you know.
I guess I understand it because she's the head maid, so she's supposed to be in uniform. You know what I'm saying? She is the top maid, while the rest of them are just kind of like maids. So maybe they're allowed to have theirs, and she has to be uniform for a standard. I don't know, but you know, I do see what you mean though, because the other two kind of, you know, they stand out. And over here, boom. So Saku. Now, she is kind of like, well, I mean, like a little devil or something like that, I guess you can say. She is from a faction called Section 6. This is my favorite faction. So they also work for the government. They are kind of like Soldier 11's faction, which is so let me come back over here real quick. So you know how I said that this right here, Oval Squad, it's like they work for the government, but it's like a special task force. These guys over here, come back here. This is kind of like that, but they specialize in the Hollow. The Hollow is where all the monsters and stuff is going on. It's where all the bad stuff is happening. They specialize in, it even says right there, Hollow Special Operations Section 6. They specialize in like the most dangerous part of the Hollows though. So the people that are in this like group are very strong. So she is the ice support character. She has a big kind of like fan that it'll open up, and she gets to like make like mini like ice tornadoes and a bunch of stuff with it. Like it's pretty cool, I guess you could say. But what are you thinking on Saku here?
She's given ice. She's another one that looks the part, you know. Her being a ice support character, you know, it's giving me if you know about Norse mythology, is giving me Ymir vibes.
Ymir, okay.
You know, so especially with the big fan hammer, you know, ice tornadoes and stuff like that. So I'm pretty cool when it comes down to, you know, like the different elemental things. I think ice is also a really cool element too. Not as cool as fire, but you know, hey.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's very cool, calm, collected, but it still looks really cool. You know, for her, she seems really chill. No pun intended.
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna go. I like this character. I like the horns. Horns have like a pretty solid touch. Like I said, I think I can go on here and give this one a B.
A B. Okay. Some pretty decent scores here. Some pretty good scores. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is the final person in the game so far. There are new characters coming out, but we'll get that when we get that. For you know, when we have you again for the part 2 of your looking at characters type stuff. But for now, this is the final character for the biker gang, Luciana de Montefio. So she is from a rich family. The Montefios are kind of like real known in New Eridu. The biker gang is on the outskirts of the town. New Eridu is a town. They are on the outskirts of it, in a place called the Outer Ring, where pretty much the police and everybody don't go over there because it's just like it has its own rules. She pretty much ran away from home because she didn't want to be there, and she is somebody that, I mean, she ended up, I guess you could say, being a really good part of the biker gang because she does have city knowledge. Most of the people in the biker gang are from the outskirts. Like, they're not even really from in the city. They weren't born there and they rarely go there. And then when they do go there, they don't know what the heck's going on. Lucy is there to kind of still show them around, but she tries not to be there because there is, I believe, a poster up for people, like if they find her, to kind of like, you know, like a kind of like a wanted poster. Not like a wanted poster like she's in trouble, but like a missing, you know what I mean, type stuff, some of that type of stuff. But she has a bat and she has little pigs that she carries around that she hits with the bat at the enemies, and these little pigs right here, pretty much, they run around and they'll shoot like stuff at you, and then she can hit them at you and then they'll blow up. So she is a fire character.
No, we know I like fire characters, but honestly, this is probably going to be the worst rated one.
Okay.
This is a pretty boring one to me. Like, aesthetically boring. I love her little, you know, her little chain with the, you know, the pig and the snout with the horn, the tusk. Well, I'm not gonna call them the tusk. But yeah, this looks pretty boring to me. So I'm unfortunately I'm gonna have to go with a C on this one.
Ooh, a C.
Yeah.
Good lord. Okay.
Yeah, it's you know, like, I get it. She's giving the bad girl look with the, you know, the jacket with the short shorts and the ammo belt, but you know, just really kind of plain looking, honestly.
Okay, that's fair. Ooh, spicy, getting spicy. Okay, so this is not we have one more person after this, but she's also a part of the Cunning Hares of Gentle House. So you already know, I guess you could say what they are. They get their money, but they do it by, you know, cunning means and stuff like that. She is a Thyran. She is a cat Thyran. She's also one of the fastest characters in the game. She is physical. Her and Jane Doe pretty much fight exactly the same. They're about hands. They move very, very fast. It's just that Nicomia does it more feline like, I guess you could say, because she is a cat, so it's a lot of, like, you know, scratching, stuff like that. But she is, you know, pretty much, she's a part of Cunning Hares, and you know, you already know. So what are you thinking about this one?
Definitely low-key, definitely kind of giving me like Bleach vibes a little bit. Kind of reminds me of Yoruichi, some sort. One of my favorite characters on Bleach. I actually like this character design. I think this one actually looks pretty solid, like the cat ears. And I think the coolest part about the cat ears are actually the little fluff that comes out the ear. Like, that's pretty doggone cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty cool. I like her little armband with her name on it. I think that's really solid. And then knowing that she's a physical person, she's pretty fast. And I think they added a unique touch with the tail. You know, they could have just gave her one, but they're like, nah, we gave
her two.
we gonna up and give 2. I like the little glow it has. So actually I'm gonna get this one an 8. I think
Hey,
she's a
okay.
pretty cool character. I like the twin blades too. I think that's a pretty cool touch. So yeah, she gets an 8.
Okay, cool. Nicomia, that's a pretty good one. And then this is the final character from Jinta House. Now, Billy Kid is a robot from the Outer Ring. He is pretty much friends with everybody that's in the biker gang. That's where he was from until he ended up here, and he is a part of Jinta House. He has dual, I guess you could say, guns. You already know what that's like. He has pretty much like a real like cool and dope like look persona. He is a full robot, of course, but I mean, he is with the hands. He is like a goofy character. He's very comedy relief-esque, I guess you can say. So he's a very likable character amongst the community and really in the game too, because he does what he gets to do. Billy Kid, if I had to compare to somebody, just Deadpool. That's who Billy Kid is.
Yeah, he's I gotta give it to him. I like this look. This looks really, really, really cool. He's very aesthetically pleasing. Like I say, when you pull a white hair character off, you got to make it look good. He definitely has a really solid look to him. Dual wheel pistols, revolvers, basically. It gives Deadpool, Devil May Cry, and then it also gives Bane from Seven Deadly Sins. So I'm digging that, and he looks pretty cool he doesn't look like your average robot. So I like the way they went away from that look.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and I'm actually gonna give Billy a S. Like
An
that.
S, okay.
Yeah, Billy gets an S. I like the belt with the chain on it. Like I say, he's pretty solid dude, and if he has the personality to go with it, I'm pretty sure all in all, pretty cool character.
Okay, that'll work. That's good. Okay, the homie, Bigger. So he is a part of Belobog Heavy Industries. He is somebody that's actually in charge of like the numbers department. So he is a very smart bear. Of course, as you can see, he is a bear Thyron. This guy is, he's the big boss. Well, not the big boss, but you know what I mean. Like big guy. He has a big hydraulic press that he carries around, and he is, believe it or not, a fire defense character. So he's out there to absorb a bunch of damage and to put hands on people. Very cool. I like him. He's a very dope character. He gets along with pretty much everybody. He's very easy to talk to, and he's one of the guys that are actually like I guess you could say like a fight diffuser. He's not somebody that's going in like just trying to bully people. Like if there's a fight that's happening or something like that, he'll be one of the first people to go in and try to diffuse it, make sure everything's cool. He is a very likable character within the community as well. What are you thinking about this guy?
Looks pretty cool. Looks solid. Like the gold chain. He is a bear though, so this was actually pretty tough. A big tough guy. Like I said, like you said, he's a support, right?
Defense.
Defense. Yeah, I can see
somewhat support role. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I guess it's not to really expect much out of a bear with a gold chain and a jacket. You probably expect him to be pretty defensive. But they're just, other than that, I mean, I don't know where to go with this one, to be totally honest. But I think, unfortunately, Big Bear, you seem pretty cool, but I'm going to have to give you a C, my boy.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Not impressive on the character design, huh?
Nah, not really. Like I say, cool, but lacking. It's kind of, but to be honest, I can say I give them props for taking a gamble with this one, because pretty sure they thought like, man, how do we make a bear look impressive? When you have all these other characters that look really impressive. So
of course,
I give them props for trying.
Right.
A for effort.
So here we go. Here, boom, Anton. Now this should be the last person in the Belobog joints. Anton is an electro character. He is somebody that's kind of like a really good hype man actually for the crew. He's that one guy that's like you would like for him to be like in charge of the group or something like that, because he's somebody that'll get out there and do the work with you. He's just really good at hyping people up. If you've ever seen Gurren Lagann, the Kamina he's literally Kamina, same person. He got a drill just like Kamina's. You know what I mean? Like the collar, the look, the hair. He's a heavy bro person. Put it that way. What are you thinking about him, Mr. Anton?
Anton is pretty cool. I like the little half kaiba jacket thing we got going here.
Yeah.
I like the definition that they did. Like if you're looking at his muscles right there, they really clean the definition in his muscle tone. That's pretty right. Solid. Pretty solid look. The suspenders, but are really like latches and stuff like that drops to the belt. Looks like a utility guy, honestly. Like it shows like his shows his faction really well. The caution headband. I could give Anton I give him a solid B.
Solid B. Okay.
Solid B. Solid B looks good.
Let's see what we have left. We have the final police officer, Mr. Seth. Now Seth is a cat tyrant. He's also part cat. He is a defensive character. He has a shield and a baton. The baton can be combined into the shield to make a big kind of like charge blade sword thing, which is pretty cool. He is pretty much your standard academy justice guy. You know, he wants justice and he sees the best in everybody, even if they're very evil. He's one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool. Another electric character. What are your thoughts on him?
Who? I am going to be beat up in your comment section, good sir. When
probably from the ladies.
From this,
but there's not that many ladies that watch my videos anyway. So I mean, who knows?
All right. I don't like the fact that he's a boy character, but looks really girly. That hurts me. I know that's like some people might find that like a cool sex appeal, you know, but I just don't. He kind of gives me like a really girly look a little bit, you know, from to be a guy. And I'm pretty sure he's like a really strong character, which is crazy. I'm not saying just because you're strong you have to look tough or whatnot.
Yeah, of course.
You know, coming from like a guy that's at the police character or whatnot, I'm pretty sure like all the girls melt when they see him walk by. Oh my god, you know.
Yeah, joints, right.
But I think we give him a different hair color.
Okay.
We probably got some action. Like we go with like that black hair color. We're pretty cool. I know he's supposed to be a cat, but his tail kind of gives me ferret. It doesn't give me cat. Like the other character, we know, like we can look at that and tell it's a cat, but his tail kind of looks like a raccoon almost. Well, raccoon. I think right. No, well, not really. I don't know. Raccoon got a tail. I don't think it does. I think it does. It might, but it doesn't give me cat tail. You know. Honestly, it kind of like a squirrel. If anything, like kind of chipmunkish. So yeah, I think they really dropped the ball on his design. Honestly.
Okay.
Had a pretty high potential. Unfortunately, man, I'm actually gonna have to go a little bit lower. I'm actually gonna have to get this guy like a D. Honestly, like it just didn't. They I think with this character, honestly, I think they kind of missed the mark on that one.
Okay. Whoa. Well, that is the lowest ranking so far as a D. That's crazy. We have 2 S's and 1 D. Okay, cool. And this is the final character. So this is the guy that I haven't unlocked yet, unfortunately, but he is the final character in the game. So he is a part of the maid faction. Alexandrina is the head maid. He is kind of like the head of the entire company, if that makes sense. So when you are doing maid stuff, you do have somebody that's called the head maid, which means they're kind of like the lead maid. So when you're on the floor doing your maid stuff, she is the lead person. He is the guy that's in charge of the whole operation, though, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So he is a wolf tyrant. He is a person that is 100. He pretty much fights like Sanji. he has Sanji and Ida from My Hero. So he has these things right here that open up and they like shoot out like kind of like Ida pretty much from My Hero, the dude with the engines in his legs. And he's an ice character. He does a bunch of like ice-based kicks and ice-based attacks. He rarely uses his hands to fight because, you know, gotta keep them spiffy and stuff like that. He just kicks people because he's too gangster to put his hands on somebody. You know what I'm saying? That he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that type of stuff. He's very proper, very formal, very all of that stuff. And you know, what are you thinking about him?
I find his character very unique in a lot of ways.
Okay, let's talk
me
about
being me being a martial arts guy, knowing that he likes to kick, I think that's pretty cool. But if we go back to his name and we take a look at that, his last name, like him, it's funny because he's a werewolf, but if you look at the way he's dressed like he has that traditional vampire look. Actually, has like the Dracula look going on, but he's a werewolf. We all know werewolves and vampires traditionally don't get along, but him being an ice character with the white really goes super well dressed, you know. And it's always that one guy that's dressed really nice that probably gives you the most problems. Yeah. And I feel like he's one of those type of guys, you know, that is gonna give you those type of problems. Like, you know, if you run up on me, it's gonna be an inconvenience for the both of us because I really don't want to do this to you, but I mean, I can do this to you.
That's pretty much him, yeah.
So I like that. I like the character design. I think it's pretty cool. The white goes with the ice and him being a wolf. If you know where most wolves live, they live in pretty chill environments. So I think they did a really good job with this guy, honestly. Okay. So I'm definitely gonna go with an S on this dude, man.
Yes, okay. That's another. I think that Yeshua also did an S. Go ahead.
He's pretty cool, man. I can't knock the guy. Like they did a great job. You know, old fashioned guy. Like don't really want to do it to you, but I'm gonna do it to you if I have to.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the last one. We do have 3 S's. So I'm gonna ask who your favorite character is. You have Vaughn. You do have the homie right here, Billy the Kid, and then we did have Koleda over here. So what do you think is your favorite between those 3?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Vaughn, man.
Okay.
And I say that because, you know, it's pretty funny because I'm actually a vampire guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I go with vampires, but I mean, when you just look at this guy, I mean, like he's just a really solid, cool cat. You know, he's cool. His abilities seem really cool. He's, you know, and he kind of gives me like vibes of myself. You know, so I definitely say he'd probably be one of my favorite characters in the game if I was to, you know, pick the game up and play it. You know, I'd definitely be working to try to unlock him. So I'm gonna say Vaughn, but you know, Billy, you know, he's a strong second. But you know, I feel like all my S picks, you know, it was just something about them that just made them like uniquely special. And like I said, you know, I give all the props. You know, overall, I think, you know, even with all the characters, you know, I think they did a great job overall with all of them, you know, making them special in their own type of way. So good job. Like I said, other than the one I gave a D to, we might need some rework.
Ooh, well, there you guys have it. That is the second installment of asking the homies that do not play the game what their thoughts on the characters are. So hope you guys like it. Go ahead and hop in the comments. I already know y'all are ready to, you know, probably grill us again because we did get grilled in that first video for certain characters. But hey, that's how you know that these are rare. You know what I mean? You know that these are legit first impressions. These guys have never seen these characters before. So when they give you their rating, they don't even know what's going on. Me personally, I always have like an inkling on who they may or may not like, but most of the time I'm kind of wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. But there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying, and one more time, let them know who you are and where to go ahead and find you at, brother.
All right, most definitely. I am Kenny, also known as TKD Kenny on YouTube. That is TKD Kenny. And if you want to check out my animation page, I also do animation. That's Lazard Enterprise. That's Lazard Enterprise, Enterprise. Man, for anybody that likes, subscribe, I'm always down to, collab with people. And, if you have some ideas, man, let me know. Feel free to, hit me up at any time, Also, I am Lazard, Lazard Enterprise, Enterprise on Instagram. So
Yes,
definitely check me out, man. Just trying to do some pretty cool things. So appreciate you, man.
No problem. And hey, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you for taking your time and doing this video with me. And like I always say, I will see you guys later. Love y'all. Appreciate all the support. Peace.